What's up, everyone? So before we even start this video, I owe all of you an apology. I said yesterday that this Tacoma was an 8-speed and not a 6-speed, and I was 100% wrong. So to make up for that, not only are you going to get 10 push-ups on one of these videos, maybe today, probably not, I'm giving away 3 stickers and a key tag to the first 8 people who email me at tundradude34@gmail.com and say apology accepted. So go. What's up, people? How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I don't know if you can tell, but I certainly am. It is day two with the Tacoma, and I've been driving this thing around quite a bit, a couple hundred miles on her now, all sorts of different types of driving, and I gotta say, I truly understand why people like these trucks so much. I mean, it is the #1 selling mid-size truck there is, but I've gotten used to a lot of things about the truck, and we're gonna make a couple statements today. I'm probably gonna forget a bunch of them while I'm driving, but when I pull over, I can look at my phone, but we'll give it a whirl. Some of the things that I've grown to love about this truck is just how much fun, that's the key word here, fun it is to drive. It's just, you gotta remember this. I'm used to driving a big old heavy Tundra that has a ton of power. Don't get me wrong, we're supercharged and everything, but this thing, it's kind of like the FRS. It's quick. It's not fast at all, but it's quick. It's easy to maneuver around parking lots. If you're in the market for this truck, if you don't know whether to go full size or mid-size like this, you really got to take into play where you live and what you're going to be doing with the truck. Are you going to be off-roading a lot with your truck? Because something like this or a 4Runner would probably be a lot better in the trails, in my opinion, because it's a lot smaller. I mean, there are some trails out there that are gigantic and can fit Tundras and full-size and half-ton trucks and all that, and go for it, you know? Definitely check this truck out if you're an off-roader and you got small trails. This thing could definitely maneuver around that. If you're someone who's going to use it to daily drive and you worry about parking the vehicle as far as will it be able to fit in tight spaces, this thing has no problem. You can get in and out of drive-thrus, in and out of ATM drive-thrus, which are always a little bit tighter in my opinion, and in and out of parking lots like supermarkets on a Sunday, thing like that. The truck is just, I get real comfortable with it real quick, and I just love driving it. It's a lot of fun. Maneuverability is totally awesome. If you're a person that lives in or near a city or an urban setting, this may be the answer for you a little bit more than anything else. So it's something you might want to do and something you might want to look into as far as anything that goes with before you spend all the money on a truck. That is one thing. Let's talk about money real quick, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm very excited. I've had a very good day with this truck. But this truck here that we're sitting in right now is $42,000. Now, a lot of people said in the comments yesterday, $42,000 for a Tacoma makes no sense when you could pay just about the same amount for a Tundra. 5.7-liter V8, 381 horsepower, 401 foot-pounds of torque, versus this, you know, 275 horsepower or whatnot. But you got to remember this too. If you go down into the TRD off-road and the TRD Sport, there are a lot cheaper options. They go for around $35,000, $36,000, and you know, there are some TRD off-roads that are fully loaded that go all the way up to $41,000, $42,000 for sure. But if you're someone who doesn't need all the things inside the truck, the sunroof, the backup sensors, the parking, or the blind spot monitoring, or anything like that, you know, that may be the truck for you. I don't know. The price is definitely close, but it really comes down to what you're gonna do with the truck. And that is kind of the key thing that we're talking about on this week with the Tacoma, is what will you be doing with your truck? That is what it is. Now, I'm not right on top of New York City, don't get me wrong, but I'm close enough to New York City. We're about 40 to 50 miles away, so around my area is really crowded. It's really populated, and you know, I basically live in a city setting, and it's just a lot easier to get around with this truck when you've been driving a big half-ton pickup for a long time, and then you get in something like this. It is easy. So it's awesome to know that you have something like this if you need a pickup truck, but you live in an area where you don't feel like a half-ton would be able to get around easily. If you live near New York City, Long Island, all that, you may want to look at this over a Tundra just because of the size and maneuverability of it. All right, so I just pulled over to look at my notes real quick to see if I missed anything, but it looks like I nailed a good amount of it. Maneuverability is awesome. It's great in city or urban settings for sure. it's got the utility of a truck in a smaller size, and that is awesome. That is a big one there. But it's all about your needs. What do you need? Do you need a half-ton pickup in the Tundra? Do you need this smaller size truck just to have the bed? What do you need? It's all about you. It's not about anyone else but your needs. Fuel mileage is pretty good. Been driving it around. 18.4 is what the clock in front of me is saying, so that's not bad. And this truck would be great off-road as far as size. Like I said, if you have the smaller trails, this might be something you want to look at versus a half-ton truck. So this truck has been a lot of fun. We talked about the transmission yesterday and the way it shifted weird. I kind of got used to it. I kind of learned a little bit in driving it so much today. It is a lot different in power delivery and feedback. Throttle is just a lot different. So when you learn how to kind of work the pedal, you get the truck to drive the way you want it to drive, and it's not as much of a nuisance as it was yesterday for me. I kind of just learned how much the pedal, you know, needs to go to the floor to get the truck to move and not go flying down the road, but be able to keep speed and everything like that. If you're a Tundra owner, you know that the Tundra, you put your foot a little bit on the throttle and you start to go. The throttle response is very good on the Tundra. As far as this, the throttle response is a little bit different, but once you learn it, it isn't that bad. So it is growing on me. The one thing that is not growing on me still though is this seat. So hopefully by the end I can find a common ground with loving this seat, but so far 1 to 10, we'll give it about a 4. I'm giving the seat position a 4, but we will see what happens. And don't forget, in 2020 it's power adjustable seat up front, so that's a big thing. But so far I'm loving this truck. It's a lot of fun. Once again, thank you to Toyota and Drive Shop for hooking me up with it. I love the interior layout of this thing. That has definitely grown on me. The look of it is great. Everything is in a position for functionality. And what I mean by that, everything is easy to reach. There's no issues. I don't have to look down at all. I love the in-dash nav like we talked about before. The sound system is very good in here too. It's JBL. So we're having a good time with the truck. But I am building a pro and con list as I drive it, so obviously stick with me and eventually we'll get to that. But so far so good. Truck sounds really good when you get on the pedal. Some neat exhaust sound. Other than that, when you get up to speed and you're cruising, you're good to go. So that's all I have today. Pretty excited, but definitely can see why people really love these Tacomas now that I'm having some time with it. But we will see how the rest of the week goes. Once again, very sorry I made the mistake of saying 8-speed transmission. It is actually a 6-speed transmission. I don't know why I made that mistake, but it happens and I own up to it. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram at tundra234, tundra234@gmail.com. You guys have a great day.